Hi, I'm Jordan, and you're watching episode 3 of Eira Bryn, War at Home. During the last episode, 3 representatives from the land of Aurora arrived at Eira Bryn Academy, those being Sigma Velkase, the leader of the Blue Wolves, and his 2 retainers, Orin and Ardero. During their day, the 3 acquainted themselves with the basic layout of the school and some of its more important facilities, and during that time, Ardero was escorted away by Jareth, the vice principal of sorts for the school, to discuss something secret. Sigma took this time to go to the library where he met Mrs. Luclara, a tiefling woman who doubled as both the librarian and the wizard teacher for the school. Upon reuniting with Ardero and Orin, Ardero and Sigma decided to go off to the dining hall where they met Carrie Winifred, a quiet and timid noble from the House of Crimson Griffins, who made the ever-silent Ardero seem like more of a social butterfly in comparison. Sigma also had a conversation with Linda Alastair, a serious and brooding individual from the Silver Lions, who has a grudge against nobility and some sort of history with Sigma's people. After the two engaged in a hushed conversation that ended with Linda asking Sigma for a duel, Sigma and Ardero left the dining hall, off to finish their day doing something else. Sigma ended up running into Helene Sibelius, the leader of the Black Boars, and made plans to have a meeting of sorts the following day. What's gonna happen next? I don't know. Watch the video, I guess. See ya.
No dirty blue wolves here to muck up everything. What losers.
Oh, come on, Jenny.
Suck.
Oh, come on, Jenny.
Should we legitimately say that instead of after breakfast, I said after lunch or something?
You want to do that? Just DM him.
Yeah, let me just message Jordan, like, hey, so actually I have plans after breakfast, so, casually.
Send him a messenger pigeon. Even though you guys are in the same building.
Flap. Oh, I'll role play it out in chat. Flap, flap, flap. You see. Oh wait, right before I send my message, you should say flap, 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 and you see a messenger pigeon come to your window. But I need to type up. Yeah, but I need to type up my message. So you need to send it directly right before I send mine.
You gotta type it in character.
To inform you. Oh wait, let me put it. Okay, wait. Sigma. Gosh, I'm gonna spend more time doing this.
It's with 2 L's. It's with 2 L's.
You're
remember.
right. I forgot.
Like villain. Like villain.
Oh, what a villain. Sigma Vilcase. I regret to inform you in our meeting just now, comma.
I like how she just goes back to her room and is like, wait. The moment she just walks away. All right. We're going to count to 3. I send mine on 2. You send yours on 3.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
We're such nerds. We're the biggest. I guess I should read out. Okay, so what does your thing say to me?
Flap, flap, flap. You see a messenger pigeon come to your window.
Sigma Vilcase. I regret to inform you that in our meeting just now, I had a slight slip of the tongue.
Oh, hi, Jordan.
Is he here?
I know you're trying to bait me. But what I'm gonna say is no.
But I need you to move the time so that we can role play more in between then. Me and Timmy.
No.
Oh shit. Oh, you got rejected.
Jordan, I wanna role play.
Jordan, please.
Anyways. No. Bye.
One. Tell me. Give me a spot. I'm ignoring. Okay, well if he doesn't want to meet at that time, then if he told me no, then we're not meeting.
Oh boy. Oh no, this is how it's gonna start.
This is how it's gonna start.
You just missed lunch with him. That's how the war's gonna begin.
War? Who said anything about a war?
No.
Yet.
Nothing. Yeah. Oh jeez. It does say war at home.
At whose home? Probably his. When I march.
I mean, this is everyone's. This is everyone's. When I march, this is everyone's home.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
When I march, that kills me.
Well, okay, my letter was, I regret to inform you that in our meeting just now, I had a slight slip of the tongue. I am not actually able to meet until later in the day tomorrow. Would you perhaps be willing to instead meet after lunchtime or supper? Please let me know sometime tonight or tomorrow, if either of these times would better suit you. I apologize for the inconvenience, and I am looking forward to speaking with you. Sincerely, Helene
That's
Sigma.
so formal. Oh my god.
Okay, so if he told me no, then what I'm gonna say back is, well, since your schedule seems so open just a few minutes ago, no.
No, no.
No.
You could just do like really early morning
Yeah, it's fine.
and still keep it that way.
It's fine.
Anyways, on to the game. So Helene, you return to your room. Oh, by the way, we're starting the game. Recording. We're starting the game. Okay.
Again.
Okay. So Helene, you return to your room after that chance meeting with Sigma, agreeing to meet after lunch.
Totally. After lunch.
Breakfast. It's like
We'll meet after brunch.
Jesus. So you can gather. You have a clock in your room. It's like 8 to 20 something
PM.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Well, gosh. I guess I should just go to bed early and then wake up super early. It's kind of like a her thing to do anyways. Probably. Mm-hmm. She's so responsible, gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? Helene's the best.
I know, isn't she?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to pray a little. No, she doesn't do a lot of that. I don't know. I haven't really thought much about her and her religion yet.
Think about it another time.
Another
don't have
time.
To think about
it. She is going to go to bed.
Bold choice.
All and right. She doesn't meditate or trance. You know, she gets a full 8 hours.
Yep. So, through all the excitement and the travel of the day, you find it when your head hits the pillow that, and closing your eyes, that sleep comes to you naturally.
Like many things.
So, anyways, you sleep peacefully. It is a nice, relaxed slumber. Eventually, you find yourself naturally awoken. You see, kind of like reaching through the far off mountains, little fingers of the sun, kind of reaching and touching through, just through the the tops of the mountain. You look at your clock and it's around. It's starting to get to 6.
Cool. Well, I'll get up and get ready. I braid my hair back onto the back of my head, all pretty like, because Helene braids better than I do. Mm-hmm. Oh, I get my uniform today, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Do I have to go pick it up, or do they give it to me?
They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you anything.
Cool. All right. I get all ready and looking nice. And then I'm gonna leave my room and probably start making towards Elias's room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, as you kind of open the door to the dormitory, which is The wicks aren't the torches, the sconces along inside the walls, the torches, they're beginning to die out because no one's been tending to them since everyone's been sleeping. You see folks inside of athletic gear. Two of them pass by you, talking to each other. They give you a polite good morning as they pass by. It's a human and a gnome talking
Yeah,
to
do
one
I see
another.
my other neighbor?
Um, you do not right now because you can assume that they're in their room and they don't have the tag on there.
Gosh. It doesn't just pop up on the screen when I walk by.
Okay, so um, as you begin heading outside and looking out the window, you do see some individuals doing jogging up and down quietly. Some of them are jogging with each other in pairs, left and right. Roland and Valerie are not jogging with each other. Just letting you know. Um, uh,
They're doing something else together.
no. I feel for that.
Yeah, you did.
So as they head down, as you begin heading down outside the dorm, and you see the morning people. Um, there there are people about students and the like. Some are enjoying hot cups of coffee and tea and chatting up with the others. Um, so yeah, this place is alive. It ain't dead. It's not scary like some places at 6 in the morning. Looks at Philadelphia. Um, so heading out to the common, you head down to the common dormitory, the ghetto, and head over towards Elias's room.
All right. Is
It is
he an early riser or does he like to sleep in?
he sleeps in
Well, too bad.
in. Oh,
Okay, I knock on his door.
you knock on the door gently. So you knock on the door very politely, and you are greeted back with a.
I knock a little louder.
You hear something as if someone abruptly awakened, and then you hear the sound of. and you don't hear
Poor
you don't hear any
Elias.
other sound. You wait for a bit,
Elias?
and then oh, you hear the lethargic pitter patter of his feet as he walks towards the door, and he opens it up, and he looks beat. Hey Lane,
Were you up late?
something. Yeah, I was. Uh, but that's okay. We're not gonna do anything today, right? So I thought I'd just get a couple of extra hours in.
Oh yeah, you can go back to that. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that I have plans after breakfast today.
Oh yeah.
I thought it might be a good opportunity. Well, I guess I should tell you first. Um, so Sigma Vilcase invited me to speak with him.
You see that his half-lidded eyes just get up and he blinks like, what?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I was
Do you need
shocked
me?
too.
Do you need me to keep watch like nearby just in case it's like a trap?
No. I told him I wanted to talk to him alone because I didn't want his retainer. I say it quietly because I know he's next door. Um, I didn't want his retainer to be around, but I thought that might be a good opportunity for, I don't know, perhaps maybe you could get to know some of the other students or maybe even his retainer himself.
Oh, it looks at them. Otero. Well, yeah, I guess I could do that.
I don't know if he's willing, but perhaps.
He just kind of goes silent for a bit. He goes, "Yeah, I'll take a shot at it. No issue there."
And if it is a trap, then I'm perfectly capable of handling myself anyways.
You know, he just kind of nods like, you know what? Yeah, Helena, you can fight your way out of anything.
And if you're around, that Rias?
You
Is that his name?
who?
Would I know his last name, Timmy, before I say that, actually?
You don't. He's only introduced himself as Otero.
Yeah, but I didn't know if I'd heard of him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd know. But yeah, I said, well, if you're around that Ardero anyways, then I don't suspect there's probably much to worry about as far as surprises go.
I think I got Otero down pat. No problem there. He's not too bad.
Good. Did you get the chance to speak with him at all yesterday?
I did. Right after you left.
And everything went well?
Yeah. He kind of looks at the ground. Yeah.
Do I believe him?
Insight check.
It's one of those C supports that just goes really badly, and for some reason they get closer. That's so low. Do I get advantage because he's my best friend?
Don't Laura Bailey me.
But we're best friends.
Let me make a deception check with him.
I should get advantage because we're best friends. Oh gosh, it's so high. Can I still have advantage anyways?
Okay, go ahead. Because you do know him.
It's just meant to be. Okay.
You can mistake his lethargy as being woken up early. As he said before, he didn't get enough sleep.
Well, I'm glad everything went all right. I was going to go do some training, but you should get some more rest.
Oh no, I think I got enough sleep.
No, I don't want you to be exhausted all day.
No. You know what? This is the Eira Bryn experience. I can't just sleep in like this.
We have a whole year of this, you're aware?
Mm-hmm. Well, I better get used to it fast. What? Look at me. I'm energetic. Look at me. Do I even look tired? Bags under his eyes.
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
I'll get ready.
Okay.
He closes the door.
Oh, by the way, Jordan messaged me.
What'd he say?
Hey, Helene Sibelius. Oh, wait, should I do it in his voice?
You do like you're reading it.
Okay, I'll just read it. It is unfortunate that this misunderstanding has occurred. I apologize profusely if it was in any way my own fault. My personal schedule for tomorrow is quite filled as of this moment, and thus the only time in which I would be available to you would be in the morning as we originally planned. Well, why didn't he say that from the beginning then? Gosh. If you have any arrangements that you made prior to our discussion, then by all means attend to them instead. However, I would truly like to spend some time with one another before our school year officially begins. If you can find time to still meet with me, I would be really appreciative. Please write back to me with your response, or if you would like to speak in person, you can find me at my room on the 3rd floor of the Nobility Dormitory. Yours truly, Sigma and Casse, wolf emoji.
Oh my god, he was even more formal.
Uh-huh.
The nobility dormitory.
Yeah, it's capitalized. I'm just gonna... Okay, should I send back a message? Okay, it's all ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. What's wrong with us?
We're such nerds.
This
Sigma
poor
Volcate.
pigeon.
I understand entirely, and I apologize once again for the misunderstanding. After reevaluating my schedule and moving a few events around, it would seem that I am in fact able to meet at our originally intended time. Thank you for your timely response. I'm anticipating our meeting with moderate, crossed out, great excitement. Sincerely, Elias for emoji.
Oh my god.
He's typing back.
Oh my god.
He's gonna make fun of us for being nerds. Or say, you can't bait me into joining the call, guys. He wrote me back.
Oh no.
Helene Sibelius. It pleases me greatly to hear that your schedule is free, although I do hope that our meeting will not be of inconvenience for your other activities planned in the day. I do recommend this be our last letter, seeing as how your surprisingly well-trained carrier pigeon appears to be quite fatigued. I will provide it with some nourishment before it returns to you, so this letter may come a bit late. Once again, I look forward to our upcoming meeting, although I would recommend you temper your excitement just a tad for me. Haha. Yours truly, Sigma M. Volcase Wolf. Flap, 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 a very nourished messenger pigeon comes to your window. Why are we such nerds?
It's so fun. It's so fun. Oh my god.
We just gotta do this more often. We're gonna start writing letters to each other in character. That's
Okay.
great.
Are we ready? Spaghetti.
I'm ready, spaghetti.
Oh, she rhymed with me. I'm so happy. Okay, so after a bit, Elias comes out in his typical trademark outfit.
The good one.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have scars in his. Doesn't show the scars in his body.
Okay. Gosh,
What?
Timmy.
What?
He's not maimed, okay?
Doesn't show the burnt, hot, cold mouth he has.
Anyways.
I will beat the commandant. Okay, anyways.
You will
He
not
comes
beat
out.
the commandant. No one beats the commandant.
I will beat her, like, literally. Anyways, to the game. Elias comes out and says, alright, for training, what did you have in mind?
I was wanting to check out the facilities some more and then see.
Alright. As he steps out, and he starts going to your side, you hear the door from the other side creak open slightly.
Is it Arteros?
It's Ardero. Ardero looks out, and he can't really hide it, but he has a bit of tiredness on his face as well.
Good morning. Lovely.
Morning. Ardero just kind of looks to you two, but his expression is loosened up by this point. And he goes, "Morning, Sibelius, Elias."
I was wondering if you. Sorry to. Are you busy?
Not right now, no.
Perfect. Well, Vilcase and I are meeting up later today, and I was wondering if perhaps, and I looked to Elias, well, he was wondering. I look at him.
He looks at you, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I was wondering, I was wondering why our our two leader folks are hanging out with each other. How about uh, you and me do some getting to know each other? And Otto, after a bit, just goes. He nods. He says, "That would be fine." And Elias is you see Elias give him like a reassuring nod and a smile, and just the smallest thumbs up from below the waist.
It makes me happy to hear that.
I am going to go get more sleep now. Have a good morning.
You as well.
And the door gently closes. Elias, you see, the smile remains on his face as he's looking towards the door. You know, some of them are cool.
Is that so?
All right, so what were we doing again?
Training.
That's right.
Do you have what you need?
Am I supposed to bring something?
No, you'd be fine, I'm sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I guess we will head towards the training grounds.
Mm-hmm. So, heading down towards the training ground, you pass it's mostly Black Boars and Silver Lions, but they're performing PT, running up and down the stairs. You see the Silver Lions are doing it in a platoon, in a sort of organized formation. Nerds, kind of like JROTC. As you make your way down, you pass up a red-haired girl with two braids. As she walks past you, she's currently wearing her uniform of the Silver Lions, but doesn't pay you any mind. You don't really pay her.
I said I'm polite to everyone, so
She doesn't respond anything back. Elias just kind of like Elias during this whole trip, he's yawned like 5 times. Big yawns.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
I am fine. I gotta beat this inside of me. I gotta make some new habits. Some new good habits.
How are you supposed to beat me at our next race if you're half asleep?
How am I supposed to beat you at my next race if I'm not training? I mean, if it was a foot race, I think I could do it while I'm fully asleep.
Oh no, I think with the state you're in right now, I think I could win.
Oh, he kind of looks at you. Oh, is that a challenge?
Perhaps. I shrug.
He looks down, and it is a sizable distance to the training ground. He goes, "All right, first one to the training ground wins. How about that?"
Sure.
Okay. He kind of drags his foot across the ground to make a line. He says, "We're starting right here."
All right.
Everything's really gone to your head, Helene.
Oh, I don't know. I think maybe I'm just faster, not just on a horse. Faster everything.
He kind of looks at you like, "Oh, is that right? All right. I see your mouth is faster than mine too." And he gets into a run. He gets into a kneeling running position.
Ready.
So he says, "Okay, on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3." He begins running. And you begin as well.
No. I just stop. I'm kidding.
Monks, man. So you
mean,
see that he's already pulling ahead of you. You, so make a. Okay, so what are you doing? He's naturally faster.
yeah, he's naturally faster. Um, should I be a complete jerk about this? Um,
Leave it to you.
I cast
Oh no! Oh, oh no!
command, and I say, trip.
Does he
There
have?
you go.
Does he have
It's
to make a
saving
saving throw?
throw. Yes.
Charisma? Oh, okay, let me see. We're talking about 60 on a wisdom save. Well, good thing he's good at that. Oh no!
That's my DC.
Oh.
Darn it. Say. As I'm trying to catch up because I didn't use my dash action.
He is currently moving at normal speed. He's kind of taunting you as you say trip. He just kind of looks at you. He said, "Is that a command, my lord?"
No.
And to taunt you, he begins running backwards ahead of
Oh,
you
come on.
as he clearly has the lead. Thought you were the fastest. Come on, you can beat me while I'm running backwards, right?
I'm just going slower just to make you feel better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he starts walking.
No. No, he's not.
He's disrespecting you so bad. Are you gonna
Walking
dash?
speed can't be. Yeah, of course I'm dashing on my turns.
And as you run past him, he's like, "Oh no, I lost the lead. What am I gonna?" And he just dashes. And you guys are both shoulder to shoulder.
Why are you doing this?
What am I doing? What? Eventually, the two of you pass the gate, and you hear greetings as you run past the gatekeeper.
Good morning.
Greetings. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to do.
Constantly sees us racing each other.
Friendship. I wish I had some of that. The gatekeeper.
Who wins?
Guess.
Well.
The training ground is just to come in sight, and you see Elias purposely slows himself down next to you. And you're breathing hard.
Yeah, I am.
Elias is like, "Oh my god, look. The end isn't reaching. Come on, Helene, push, you can make it." He's like, and then you see that he is completely in control. He's like going forward ahead of you a bit, then going back to your side.
So not fair.
Eventually, as you reach the training grounds, Elias stepped ahead of you. You have lost.
How are you so fast?
He just kind of he looks at you and says, "I never skipped leg day in my entire life." Oh, that burns. At least I'm woken up now.
That's good.
And maybe I can race you on that horse and win too.
You wish.
He just starts laughing.
Onyx might be small, and yes, I haven't really ran with her much yet. But I just have a feeling. What?
Trip! Trip!
Oh.
Oh, were you trying to command the gods or me? What was going on there?
Oh, shut up.
All right. You look around and there currently nobody with magical spells currently out and about. You don't see any rogue individuals. Most of everyone out here are doing the runarounds, training with the dummies, receiving instructions from elder students.
Hmm. Well, looks like we've arrived.
Yeah, looks like it. So I guess we got the running part out of the way.
Yes. Um, hmm. I didn't really quite think through what I exactly wanted to work on.
How about he goes up and he snaps his fingers and he goes over to this small weapon rack.
Perfect.
Says, "All right, looks like they have everything here. I've always wanted to learn how to use a bow. There's like you can just probably ask what kind of weapons there'd probably be there, but there's like wooden spears, training swords, bows, and such. Kind of haphazardly laying get some hay bales.
Okay. Well, I suppose we could both work on our archery a bit.
You know how to use a bow?
I mean, it's not like I've never shot a bow, but
I gotcha. Well, we're gonna be shooting helpless, innocent scarecrows, so I think we'll be fine.
indeed.
He grabs one of the training bows and hands one over to you, and a couple of arrows.
Perfect.
Okay. And the two of you head over to the a small range with scarecrows at the end, with painted targets on them. So, and you see Elias immediately, just confused on how.
Have you ever used a bow before?
I mean, I've seen them.
Yeah, here. She's not great at it because she doesn't have great dex, but she at least show him how to use it.
So you managed to properly knock an arrow and pull it back, and you repeated it a couple of times as Elias studies it, and you have to correct him a couple of times, but eventually he does get it. He says, "Okay, you don't want to pull it back behind your ear." He's muttering he's repeating your instructions to himself, and eventually he knocks an arrow and draws it back. He says, "Okay, okay, ready?"
Ready?
Right. You go ahead, and he's gonna go ahead and shoot the arrow.
Do we
Go ahead
have
and make.
proficiency in it naturally, or do you have to wait till the skill gets learned to
You
get
have to wait till the
proficiency?
skill. You have to wait till the weapon skill gets learned. Yeah. So just roll with your
Dex.
Yeah. So you managed to hit just below where the target is in the scarecrow's crotch area, and meanwhile Elias kind of nicks the outer region of it. Hey, not too bad.
Yes, that was very good.
And he points at your scarecrow and says, "Poor guy."
Huh.
Okay. Another arrow is knocked. Go ahead and draw and fire. You see Elias's arrow doesn't even reach the scarecrow. It just kind of right into the ground.
If you
Um,
you have to keep it tense while you shoot,
oh yeah? Okay. Just gotta get a technique. Just gotta get a technique down, you know? I'm fine. I'm fine. Says, okay, make another one.
I'm gonna do even worse this time. I can't keep this up. Oh, huh.
Yours is gradually going up and up. You're correcting yourself as you go along. Elias, Elias hits this one around the same point where your second row is. His is more all over the place than yours. Yours is consistently going upwards. Roll the next one with advantage.
Nice. I'm gonna somehow. It's only a +1, so my likelihood of doing better is.
Mm-hmm. So you actually, as you fire the arrow, you actually enter into the same point of another arrow, and you see both of them leaning out of the same of like what like they're like right next to each other, one on top of the other. Meanwhile, Elias hits his. Who cares? He just kind of looks at it. You have one more arrow. He says, "Okay, this ain't too bad. I can see myself using a bow."
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know if I'm well suited for it, but
I think a bow can suit you.
I can't. It's harder to keep hold of a shield when you have a bow in both hands.
Well, the heroes in books can do it.
I suppose.
All right. He aims and he fires.
Oh, wow. Good job.
You fire with advantage.
I can't beat that. Hmm.
So you see Elias, the arrow flies through and hits right into the middle, and he just gives himself a little celebratory fist pump because he's a nerd like that. Your arrow soars above and hits into the inner circle, but not exactly a bullseye.
Good work.
That's just luck. Oh, hey, Sigma. Hey, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Sigma. We're doing some early morning training since you didn't give me any extra time to roleplay.
It's within the parameters. It's no biggie.
He gave me the option to meet whenever I wanted, and then he was like, "Okay,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay."
Is it?
It is. It is. Shh. Shh. What am I doing? So, oh man, my experience system with the thing. I guess I'll just do weapon experience like a freaking D&D encounter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So you have two other things that, like, this is other things where during trading thing, you can train three different things or three of the same thing, depending on your roles. It depends on how much experience you gain.
Cool.
So it's kind of like, all right, anything else?
Looks at list of things.
Flying.
Yeah, flying. Oh, yeah, great. Well, I suppose. Oh, what if we practice with swords?
Swords? I know my way around a sword. How about you?
I've dabbled with my father, of course.
Oh, you're gonna be toasted. You two find trading swords, and they come in different sizes. There's the bigger, greater size, and then there's the smaller, humbler ones.
I want the big one.
Oh, Jesus. You take the big two-handed one.
I'm strong.
And Elias takes the reasonable-sized one. He says, oh man, these poor dummies aren't gonna know what to hit them.
I'm gonna wield it like a hammer, probably.
he sees you wield it and he says, yeah, okay. No,
Is there something
that's
you wanted
fine.
to say?
No, there's not. No, that's cool.
Here, how about you and me?
Training against each other is probably better than training against some dummies. So he kind of he cracks his neck. Are you sure about this?
I am certain, and it will be a
Yeah, you
learning
were certain.
experience.
You were certain. You were certain when you were gonna race me on foot back then. So.
I was just trying to wake you up.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Yes.
Make a deception check. This is an us conversation.
I mean, a little bit. It's just all the competitiveness.
Damn it!
One low. It's just one low. We're just
Oh man,
lows.
you just played yourself. He says. He kind of nods like, oh really? Oh dang. You got me all confident for nothing.
You are faster than me, though. How much is true?
Well, you know me better than anyone else. All right. So, do I need to give you some tips on how to use a sword?
If you wish. I mean, I've had the rundown from my father. He originally wanted me to wield a sword like this, and then I picked up the hammer. Imagine me, but like 6.
Oh yeah, you probably wielded that warhammer since you were 6. It was huge ass adult warhammer that's bigger than you.
Exactly.
Well, can't really imagine you wielding anything else. All right, so what you gonna want to do is, so when somebody's charging it, yeah, you want to hit him with this part, and he points at the sword part.
Assume that much.
He just kind of laughs. Says, "All right, ready?
Ready?
Okay, so your hit points. This is not your actual hit points. These are like training hit points. So they're not actually going down, but they're going down.
Yeah, I getcha.
Okay, roll initiative.
I only got +1.
Yes, yes. Eat shit, my lord.
Plus, do I get my +5 damage when HP isn't full?
Oh shit, that's right.
That's gonna save me here.
He
Gonna
comes.
wield this sword like a hammer.
he comes to you.
That would technically miss.
For fuck's sake.
I mean, yeah, it would technically.
So, with your two-handed sword, you hold it out in front of you, and Elias, with educated hands, he swings his sword at you, but you block it just in time. Your huge strength maneuvering the sword around quickly.
And
Yep.
you're doing like normal fighting, like counter and then attack again?
Yeah. Yes.
For me, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Do I
Roll.
have disadvantage or normal?
Yeah, it's gonna be normal. There's nothing that's gonna give you this advantage here.
Yeah.
So I would say roll your strength. Roll with your strength, since you're not proficient with swords.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a strength and then do great sword damage. Oh fuck.
22. What's great sword damage?
2d6 plus your strength.
Okay. Sorry, Elias. I'm a natural. Sorry. So 2d6 plus 3. 10. Desperado.
Oh my god.
Almost.
Not even. So he tags your blade, and you immediately, as soon as he moves his blade back, you're quicker than, even though you wield big weapons. The biggest thing about it is that you're really strong, so you're quicker than most people expect. So immediately you slam the side of the sword into his chest. He just, oh,
You're all right.
and he just attack back.
Oh, that hits. Oh, poor.
And he just kind of slaps you in the side as he just kind of grabs his chest and kind of turns around and is like, oh, it's not fair. Oh.
Was that supposed to I don't know, what's the word? Damage?
He says, oh, I keep forgetting you're a freak.
Okay.
Oh my god,
turn.
you have this. Wait! It's.
Oh wait, I forgot I can't just click on the thing below it when it hits. 2d6 plus 3, 11. Oh, plus 5, right? So
Oh
16.
my god! He shouldn't have done that. Him hitting you is the worst thing. So he's like, okay, so about your, and you just like
Your form.
So as you smash your great sword into him, and it sends him flying into a hay bale.
Oh, are you all right?
Elias, as he's laying in a heap, he kind of gives a thumbs up.
I go to
weakly.
help him up.
He just goes, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good on training now.
Well, good on sword training at least. Maybe it's time to work on that faith. I pat him on the back.
You could have pulled your punches a little bit.
Am I really the type, though?
Whatever. He kind of holds his chest as he goes over to the weapons.
I'll put it back.
Got his ass whooped. Oh my god.
Poor guy. And he was supposed to be good at it.
Exactly. He was gonna give you tips and everything. Okay, so.
By sheer force.
So, looking at the weapons. What else? Be for the melee and ranged variety.
Yeah. Well,
you can do the same thing if you'd like.
I'll leave it up to Elias. What do you want to work on, Elias? Because it'd be a little mean for me to go, hey, let's do some axe now.
Hey, let's do some brawling.
Is that what he wants to do?
Oh, no.
I'll do it if that's what he wants to do.
What
do you want to do, Elias?
He's like, let's see. Back at the he kind of grabs hold of his spear and kind of like moves in his hands. My master, he really liked these. Not so much my master, but the guy who taught me.
Is that so?
Yeah. Hey, how about we take a shot at this?
Sure.
He grabs the spear. He's like, this is my opportunity. He gets in and says, training on dummies is fine and all, but there's some real experience learning on each other.
Certainly. I agree. What have you learned from our last bout?
He just kind of stays quiet.
I feel like I've improved on my sword already.
Oh, really? Wave it around like a big oaf? Is that your tactic?
I'll take advantage of my superior strength any day. I think it's the reasonable thing to do.
God. Okay, well, guess what? I ain't holding back on this one. Last time I was.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Roll initiative, he says.
All right, Elias.
Mother.
Twinning. He got
Shut
a 1
up.
though, even though he has higher dex. Does that mean I go first? Because he got a 1.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So strength.
Yeah, strength. It's just strength.
11.
Uh-uh.
Yikes. Okay.
He's-
2 counters.
He backflips out of your way,
Fancy.
and he stumbles on the landing. All right, gotcha.
One of them.
So you managed to meet his first blow, but the second one he comes at you with the bottom hilt. Oh, that's not a D20. Oops.
D20. You're gonna somehow roll more damage though. Nope. Ooh, yikes. Ow, I'm hurting so bad.
Just gotcha.
Got 1 hit.
Come on, Helene. Oh no, he hurt you.
Yeah,
Oh,
he did.
that makes it worse. That makes it worse
does.
actually. So now it's his turn. He charges at you, and he has a bit of a smile. He has a bit of pride from tagging you with that spear attack. He's gonna do it again.
Nope.
Okay, this one you managed to backstep out of the way, and you see an opening. Go ahead.
Nat 20. Oh, he's
You're gonna kill him.
sorry, Elias. It ends here. 1d6 plus 9. No wait, 5, 6, and 8. I can't count.
Yep.
It's max. 20 damage. The training.
Oh my God. As you see the opening, you shove the spear into his sternum, and it actually takes him off his feet. And I say, "Oh shit!" And he's laying on his stomach, and you look at the end of your spear, and part of it is splintered.
Oh, yikes. I don't want to break his ribs.
He gets up. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna win." Damn it! He attacks you.
Yep, but it's Desperado. Right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's an 8.
but doesn't do anything.
Okay. My turn.
He's like, wait. Choose.
Oh, a truce? Are you giving up? On me? Elias.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Well, if you're sure, then I suppose.
What are you doing?
I don't attack him because he called for a truce.
So he attacks.
And
Yeah, he's like, gotcha! But you saw that coming from a mile away. He says, okay, choose for, and you hit you stab the ground, and your training spear, made of wood, goes through the training ground's hard, packed dirt.
shoot.
Have you ever considered holding back? He says, but as your spear is stuck in the ground, he's like, "That's my chance." And he does the he says, and then he's like, and you see he's spark in his eye, and he does it, and you see him jump in the air and try to do a spin maneuver, just like Dimitri. Disadvantage.
Oh.
He doesn't even swing the spear. It's a mess. It is a horrible mess. You see that he does a spin maneuver, but then
I'm just gonna
he
whack
forgets
him from the air.
do it.
Oh, poor guy. 1d6 plus 8. Okay, so only 10 that time.
So as he spins in the air, by the time you put out your spear, and you don't even stab it, you just kind of hold it like a hammer and whack him in the side, and he ends up flying into the same hay bale as before.
I was aiming.
You were aiming?
No, I'm kidding.
You see him land with his ass up in the air. His face is full of his face taken full of hay bale.
4 damage to me both bites.
and you see some individuals kind of laughing as they pass by.
I go to help him up again.
You say, "Okay, the kid might want to find another training partner."
Oh, you're not bruised or anything, are you?
He is. He just goes, Helene, you hit really hard.
I try.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
I suppose that's enough training for now.
You have time for one more?
One more?
And you look over to the source of the voice, and you see the aforementioned red-haired lady.
Yes, I'd be willing to. Certainly.
Elias just kind of gives her a look. It's for a split second, it's one of caution, but then he's like, "Careful, she's kind of strong." Ow! As he kind of limps on over to the thing, he says, "Oh, no, that's fine." So, what are you currently training with?
What did she say? Sorry?
What are you training with right now?
We were just training with spears. My specialty is hammers and axes.
Hammers and axes. All right. I feel like I need to polish up on mine as well. And she says, and she walks over to the weapon rack. Calmly, there's a sort of presence to her. She doesn't seem happy, but there is a sort of steelish kind of look in her expression.
My name is Helene Sibelius. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Linda. She grabs a wooden warhammer.
Take the biggest one. They're all the same size.
And a hex. And she just comes over and she hands the wooden hammer over to you.
Thank you, Linda.
And as you hold it and hold it back towards and bring it back towards yourself, she has a tight grip on it. And she just looks at you and says, "Don't hold back."
I never do.
And she lets go of it. So as she goes over to she goes over to the side of the another side of the battleground, and she currently has a fucking axe. Let me look up what kind of axe.
Great axe.
The axes. Maybe a great axe. Let me check.
The big one.
It's a bit on the lighter. I'm looking for something a bit on the lighter side.
Axe would be the light one.
Axe. Martial melee weapons. Battle axe.
That too, yeah.
She just she looks at you and she just kind of gets her. Are you ready?
Whenever you are.
Roll initiative.
That's good for me. Okay. She can go first, I guess.
It's a 23. 20.
Natural 20. What is the dice? Gosh.
Give me 1 second on my end.
Okay.
Fuck's sake. Okay, and then that shit happens. So she immediately lurches forward, and she moves with this sort of deft swiftness, and attacks you. I didn't even put in her fucking. Damn it. Battle axe. That's a strength weapon. 28 plus strength. Okay, here it comes. Are you ready?
I'm very ready. Jeez, yeah.
So she moves swiftly, and she brings it around and just slams you on the side of your shoulder. Go ahead and make an attack back.
Okay. That's low.
As you swing wide, she simply just backdashes and fucking Smash Bros style and comes back towards you because she has 17 dex.
Yeah, I figured because Archer. Yeah, that hits. Oh my gosh.
And immediately just comes back towards you. She's giving you a hard time.
Oh yeah. You're fast.
You're talking.
And
It's your turn.
do I risk it for the higher hit rate? Yeah, I do. We're gonna smash.
Do it. I'm not gonna hit.
17.
Damn it.
Can I do max damage on this?
I guess you
She told me
can.
not to hold back, so.
Yeah, she did.
And my mark activates.
Oh, fuck.
So, okay, so max damage. The good thing is I rolled a 1 on that. Max damage is 16.
16.
And then I heal back 8, which will heal back me fully. Well, not fully, but nothing transfers to her.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was I at? Shoot, 28, and I healed back 8. So I just healed back from the last hit. So I have 23 health, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do.
You see that as you smash her in the side,
plus 5. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. She skids a bit, much like Elias, but she actually catches herself, dragging her foot in the dirt. She just goes, spits off to the side, and you see her take a deep breath, and she's gonna make her counterattacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm low.
Now it's her turn. Sorry. Oops. You see as she gives you another flurry of attacks, and you're starting to get woozy. She steps back and just composes yourself. Second wind. Damn it. And she's gonna come up to you and battle axe you in the face.
Miss.
Damn it. Okay. She comes with you and you simply deflect her blow with the handle of your larger weapon. Go ahead.
Oh, it's so low. Miss.
Both of you are trading blows. It's honestly very intense. Very intense fight. Your turn.
Since we're just using axes, well, she just healed herself, so I shouldn't feel bad about healing myself. Right? Timmy?
Well, she didn't use magic. It's just natural.
Yeah, I mean, lay on hands.
If you want.
Nah, I'm just gonna hit her. Normally, because I don't even have enough health to do a smash. Does that hit?
If she was wielding a shield, it wouldn't have.
So it
That
does.
hits. Yeah.
8.
13.
Oh yeah, you're at 13.
So as his last hit kind of rings out on her, she reels back, and you see that she uses the battle axe to support her as she just kind of kneels down for a bit. Not bad. She stands up. Yeah, you brought it down to 0.
Nice. I don't. You were quite skilled yourself.
Yes. I suppose I am. Where did you get your skills from?
I was trained. Mostly. I worked hard, but I'd like to think at least.
Say that again?
I said I was trained. I've worked hard, I'd like to think, at least.
I see. She just kind of you see her kind of winding her arm. She goes, Sibelius. You think any of that strength comes from your mark?
From my mark? Well, I'm sure it helps somewhat. But I don't think that's the majority of it. No.
Somewhat. She just kind of she just kind of you see her quietly scoff at that comment. Well, I have to admit, you are a formidable fighter.
You as well. I would love if we could do that again sometime.
Perhaps. I do need a challenge to really train my skills.
If things had gone slightly differently, if you'd landed one more hit, and I'm not sure I would have been the one standing at the end, so.
Perhaps. Now, to find, and then Elias goes, hey, let me take a crack at you. And she looks to him, says, who are you? Says, name's Elias. I'm with her. kind of like gestures his head towards her. She requested me specifically.
Specifically.
He says, "Well, Elias, I suppose I have some energy in me."
He's quite the formidable brawler, if I must say.
Brawler. Okay. She just kind of tosses her back to the side. He goes, "Oh, are you sure? I mean," and he just kind of steps up to her and starts stepping like around her as they both circle each other. "I don't want to brag or anything, but I've got a pretty good teacher." He says, "Are you gonna fight or not?"
Ooh.
And Elias stops. Says, "All right, come on." Here we go.
Wait, which one's which?
Elias was the first.
Nice.
Right, short. Get. Don't. There we go. Okay. So Elias runs forward and he's gonna unarmed strike her twice.
Oh. Oh.
You see, with one twist of the hand, Elias just drills his fist into the side of her face. Dealing ouch amount of damage. But as soon as that happened, Linda, you see a strand of hair falls in front of her face, and Elias just goes, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to go that hard." And then Linda immediately just, "I have to put in an unarmed strike. Give me 1 second here."
You just like level 2 and everything.
Pretty much.
That's cool.
Except magic. Oh my god.
Oh.
As Elias was expressing remorse, she immediately throws a fist back. But Elias is like, "Oh, yep, we're doing this." You feel the air being sliced through as the oh no, you're not even fighting.
Oh.
As the Elias barely dodges that bullet of a fist, and he ducks below. "Come on, you're gonna have to do better than."
Wait, does he get that many against her?
No, this is Linda starting her
Oh,
round.
okay. I was so confused. I was in my head thinking you.
And Linda immediately drives a fist into his stomach. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. Stop talking. Another one. That one hits. You see that as they're trading blows, Elias, who is more rustic in his opportunity, you see Linda, who has a proper stance going on, parrying blows by slapping away the attacks and dodging, while Elias is just kind of sort of winging it. Okay. This is when Linda both hit. Oh, Elias doesn't look too good.
No.
He just kind of, you see Elias actually, as he just kind of pounds him in the face twice, and you hear these blows. He just kind of like, you see him, it draws a little bit of blood on the corner of his lips. And he wipes it. "You're not stronger than Helene." And oh no!
Who were those?
Those were Elias in his comeback. And as Desperado activates, you see the fire in his eyes. He steps forward and takes a punch at her twice, and she just simply steps backwards. It just barely grazes the tip of her chin. Oh! Okay. Oh my god!
Oh my
Elias
gosh.
Elias
I
is at
know, I'm
1.
watching his sheet. 1 hit point. Dude.
Elias, you see, is getting dizzy. But he comes back! Yes!
Use your key, Elias. Is that unfair?
And Linda.
No!
With the final blow, Elias is knocked to his is knocked onto his back, and is like laying on the ground, arms outstretched, breathing heavily. You can visibly see the Crimson Griffin circling around his head, flying around.
Huh.
But Linda is breathing hard too. You are talking too much. You should do less of that. Eliza's like, that's what keeps me focused.
I've not seen anyone fend so well against Elias before. Good work.
He must have been fighting some real. She just kind of shakes her head. Nonetheless, I do have to admit you do have some skill, I suppose.
Teach me some of that sometime.
Elias is like, me?
I say it to her.
Okay, I don't know who you're talking to. Linda just goes, yes. Well, if you ever need a training partner, you can find me around here very often.
It pleases me to hear that.
Helene and Elias, correct?
That is correct.
She kind of wipes off her clothes. She just goes, pleasure.
That it was. I help Elias.
And she's walked off, and she's walked off for a while now before Elias goes, yeah, pleasure to meet you too.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I got the cobwebs out of my hair. I'm all warmed up now.
She was strong.
Yeah, you think?
I thought she was. I kind of lower my voice though. I honestly thought she was going to get me for a moment there.
Yeah, I was watching that, and there were a couple of close times, really close calls. Hey, you beat her in. Hey, look, you beat her in 2 hits. So far, no one has that. I guess you could say it, so far, no one has the privilege of suffering 3 from you.
I
You've kind of,
suppose.
except that big monster thing, but I guess there's some pride in that, huh? Oh my god!
Oh, you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What do you want to train with next? Okay, can I do it sitting down?
I think that's enough training for today.
Yeah, maybe that'd be good.
Are you sure you don't want me to lay on hands? Anything?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Here, check this out. He stops leaning on you and starts standing on his own 2 feet. He says, "See," he stumbles a bit.
I'm just gonna lay on hands him.
He says, "No," and then you touch him anyways, and he says, "Oh, okay."
For like 5 points. Not that he's actually damaged, but, you know.
Mm. Kind of wipes himself off.
You did well, though.
Did I? Kind of lost 3 times in a row today.
Ugh. You won the race.
Yeah. I thought I had brawling down pat, but
It's the best of the best here. It's to
that's
be
right.
expected. And you're among them.
You see, he kind of looks gloomy for a second. Then he looks at you with a kind of half smile. He says, "Yeah, you're right."
Here, why don't you brawl me?
Yeah, you're joking, right?
I'm joking.
Phew, that's good. I mean, because I wiped the floor with you, but uh, so you got that whole breakfast shebang with your new friend, huh?
Oh, yeah. After breakfast, we're supposed to be meeting up at least.
And breakfast time is arriving.
Well, I'm curious as to how that will go.
Honestly, I am too.
I'm honestly shocked. Why won't it? It won't let me open anything. There we go. I'm honestly not sure what to expect, but hopefully he's maybe had a change of heart. Maybe he's willing to be open-minded to a friendship.
Maybe. That's what I hope so. Be a lot less awkward.
I mean,
Cracks his back.
if I'm to be perfectly, I don't really see us ever being friends, probably. But who
I mean,
knows?
that's a bit too dramatic this early, huh?
I guess.
Try to give it a shot. I mean, me and Artie can get along.
Artie?
Ardero can get along. And I think you can too.
You're right. You.
And if anything, it's gonna start warming up pretty soon. Maybe keep like a hot rock in your pocket or something. If he tries anything, you can throw it at him. I mean, snowmen tend to melt when.
Oh, you still don't seem well. Do you need more?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm just stretching. That's it. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess I'll just find Ardero now.
Well, I'm meeting them after breakfast, if you'd like to join me for that at least.
Oh, yes, please. Oh my God.
I would rather not have to spend an entire breakfast and the entire aftermath with the snow people.
He's just laughing. It's just. All right. Let's grab some breakfast.
Let's.
So the two of you don't race back to past the halls. The gatekeeper salutes you as you make your way past.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you
Good
this morning?
Says, "Oh, I am fine as a fiddle. I've just been watching this gate all day, doing my responsibilities. It really makes me happy."
And you seem to be doing a fine job at that.
Thank you. That really warms my heart.
And I just continue walking.
Elias just kind of gives him a look as he walks by. He says, "Has he been standing there since yesterday?"
That's what I was wondering, honestly.
Kind of looks at him as he walks. Kind of looks at him as he walks by. He's been still. He's been standing in that same exact spot.
Does he look like he ever bathes?
Make a make an investigation check.
Okay.
You're gonna have to smell him to find out.
Oh no. Not right now.
Greetings. Oh my god. Invite him into your house.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Black Boars gatekeeper.
That's his name. So you head into the cafeteria, and what's being presented to you right now is a nice spread of fruit, fruits, a bit of oats, and milk. What kind of milk? You have to drink to find out.
Is it white milk? Is it what if it's cotton candy milk? Have you tried that?
Yeah, I have. I
I
tried
have not.
bubblegum milk. I tried bubblegum milk
Yuck.
before too. It's really good.
That sounds disgusting.
It's really good, I promise. Okay, so you have mysterious kind of white milk.
Yep.
Bread. I added bread just for the nutrients. Just
Nice.
kidding, bread isn't nutrients. Oats and fruit.
Cool.
And not a lot of people in the cafeteria at the very moment. It is the ass crack of dawn.
Anyways.
Okay, so you and Elias enjoy breakfast together. Anything you wish to talk about?
Oh, topics of conversation.
So how did you sleep last
Oh,
night?
I do have a conversation. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I slept well, and you said you got to bed pretty late. What were you doing?
Just guess I stayed up pretty late because that I think the assignment hasn't left me yet. It's an unfamiliar place, so guess I didn't sleep. Guess that was all in my head.
Understandable. Well, thank you for getting up with me.
No issue. I assume I'm gonna take a couple of worse beatings than that through the year, so I'm gonna have to get used to it. I mean, I've taken worse.
Oh, I know.
Shit. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Oh no!
Until a second later, I was like, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, anyways. Everything's awkward for a second, and then so I met with Diane last night.
Oh, you did? How did that go?
She told me my future.
Oh, he looks at you, his interest peaked.
She talked about you too.
But about me?
Yeah.
He puts the strawberry he was holding down. What did she say?
If you want to find out, I think you'll need to ask her to read your fortune yourself.
I mean, you could just tell me.
Well, it wasn't that detailed. It was just about how it pertains to me.
And then he like you see that he's actually like kind of getting into it. Like he's he turns towards you like, and you can physically see the heart beating, and it's just like this. What was it? What was it?
He also mentioned another. I mean, she also mentioned another male in my life. I don't know who she could have been talking about, though. I mean, there's so many people here. It really could be anyone. She talked about one who I've known for a long time and one who I've only just met.
And what was the context of that?
I barely remember, to be perfectly honest.
And then he grabs your shoulders and he goes, Helene, you have to remember.
Are you joking?
Um, are, are, are you? I mean,
oh, she told me my fortune, but I don't really believe in that stuff.
yeah, right. It's just some fortune.
If you're so interested, you should have her do yours. I look around. Is she in here right now?
No.
Uh, I'm
He's-
sure she'd be
he's-
happy to do yours. It was fun. I'll say that.
You know what? I might take you up on that. I
She
mean,
also, I don't know, she did some weird magic that it was weird with like it's hard to explain. I was throwing darts at a board and I don't know how she did it, but she made me hit after spinning with my eyes closed. Bullseye. Not even just the board, just a bullseye. And she told me I would before I did it, so surely it had to be some magic.
I
But
mean, maybe you're just that damn good.
but then after that, okay, and I guess it's a little embarrassing, but I'm pretty sure it's because of her magic. I She had me stand with like close enough to put the dart, just set it into the board. And she lets me do it with my eyes open and I don't even go near touching. My
Oh,
hand cramped up right when I was supposed to do it. Just like she told me.
she's, she's clearly using magic. Then
I mean, obviously, there's no way.
yeah, there's no freaking way. I and for a second, as he's kind of getting into the conversation and listening to you, his face drops as his eyes look set to somewhere else.
What is it?
Um, he just kind of gestures with his head over to the mess hall's exit,
I
and
look.
you see entering are a group of five um one bearing like a sort of blondish hair and a buzz cut, but all of them seem to be rather rugged in their appearance. They begin making their way into the making their way into the mess hall, and they're laughing with each other and just kind of keeping each other in each other's in each other's company. Yes, I think it's best if we finish up now.
Do I recognize them?
No, you don't.
Mm. What? Um, do you know them?
I'll talk to you outside.
All right.
He picks up his plate and kind of shirks away.
If they, I have a whisper. I go, Elias, if they did something to you,
No, no, it's just. Come on, we'll talk outside.
all right.
And eventually, as you go through another exit, he kind of looks around to and just kind of leans on the wall. He got he goes, uh, yeah. So, uh, you remember how me and Arturo back there were all buddy buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, as buddy as he could be. Well, the reason why I slept late last night was because there was a couple of people making a lot of noise outside of my door, and they were picking on Arturo.
Really?
Yeah, they were throwing rocks at his door and all that kind and saying some things I don't even understand to him. So you know I stepped outside and you know I stood up for the guy.
And I look at him waiting for more.
And you know, nothing violent happened. It's just uh, well, they promised that they'd run me out of the school by the end of the next week. So
Why didn't
I
you tell me?
I didn't want to trouble you with anything. I just thought I could take it on my own.
I know you're capable by yourself, and I'm glad that you did the right thing, but if they're threatening you, that's not something you have to keep to yourself.
I mean, I don't want to trouble you with anything. You have a lot of more important matters on your hand, you know.
I don't think there's a lot that's more important.
They're 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 chumps, Helene. I'll be fine.
Well, I don't want to run from them.
Helene, no, it's fine. Seriously.
I'm not saying we need to confront them now, but let's sit inside there and eat. And if they want to do anything, then they'll have to talk to me.
And you see Elias. He's about to pipe up with an objection.
I start grabbing my food to go back inside. I'm not even gonna mess with them. I just want to go sit to where we were. And if he doesn't
He
tell
just
me,
he just goes, "Hey, damn it!" and follows you back, and he just follows you back. He says, "Helene, let's just."
I'm not about to run away from anyone. And I'm not going to let them push you around either.
Okay. Yeah. And you see that he just kind of puts his tongue back in his mouth and resigns.
And so we'll just enjoy our meal, as we were.
Yeah. And so he sits on his side,
Can I tell what house they are?
looking over. Yeah, the Silver Lions.
Mm-hmm. And when we sit down, I try to just resume to normal, happy, even though I'm forcing Elias into an uncomfortable position.
Uh-huh.
um. So what are you looking for, class-wise?
Oh, just thought I'd. And you see his eyes are shifting over to them from time to time. Just
Me.
thought I'd, the punching. I was pretty good at the punching thing, so maybe Monk's the best line for me.
I would agree, personally. I think you'd be very well suited to that.
What about you? I
Well,
mean, I can assume.
I think Valerie got it right before.
Mhm.
I've always planned on being a paladin.
And as you're kind of like keeping your eyes in between the two, you see that one of the members of the group spots Elias and just kind of pats one of them on the shoulder and points to him. And the other looks, and they all crane their heads towards him for a split second. Then looks towards you, and they have a bit of a smile on their face, and then they just go back to talking to each other.
I'm trying not to look at them.
Well, what were you saying again? I mean,
Um, I've always known I was going to be a paladin.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it really suits you. Really lay on the hurt, and if the hurt ever comes to you, you get rid of it.
I like being able to help others as well.
Yeah, I know you do. That's something that's really great about you. Um, and He finishes up his food. He eats with a bit of haste. You see.
I guess we have our respective meetings here in a
Yeah,
bit.
I guess we do.
Well, let me know how that goes for you. I'm glad to see you and Arturo are getting along, though. I really am.
You know, Otteros. I don't think he's a bad guy. You know, maybe Sigma isn't either.
Perhaps.
I don't.
Maybe they'll like me a little bit better now that you're going around sticking up for them.
Yeah. Well, you have a meeting to get to, so get to it. See you soon, huh?
I'll see you soon.
Definitely. And you guys split up again. Oh no, Elias!
I'm gonna leave him alone with those bullies. We're gonna split up in a direction away from the bullies.
Of course, of course.
Because we're not stupid.
All right. So with that said, you're heading off to meet Mr. Vilcase,
Ooh, who's that?
which we will do in the next session of Ira Bryn.